We're back now with our series on the money, and today we're going to focus on how to take our savings to the extreme and maximize every dollar we can. So here to show us how to do it, CNBC senior personal finance correspondent Sharon Epperson. Sharon, good to see you.
Welcome back.
Good to be here.
So I've even heard this term like revenge saving. What's the deal here?
People are getting serious about saving right now. There's a lot of concern about your financial situation, what's happening with the economy. People are worried about inflation. They're not splurging like they did after the pandemic. That was revenge spending. Now they want to revenge saving. That's what they're committed to not buying more than they need. Those low buy, no buy challenges you see on social media. That's what they're doing. They're only doing what they have to have in their home. They don't need the extras.
And you always talk about emergency savings.
What's interesting is this summer, a new study came out saying that 7 out of 10 Americans are prioritizing emergency savings. They're changing their savings approach this year. They want to save more.
All right.
So let's talk about people who, if they can afford to save, they're out there, they're saving, but they get a little bit more extreme, or they want to get more extreme about the saving. How can they go about doing that?
What I love is what some financial advisors are calling now taking your financial temperature. Sometimes you run hot, sometimes you run cold. You may be anxious, you may be concerned, and you're doing it by emotions. That's not how you should be gauging how you're saving. So take your financial temperature, understand what's coming in, what's going out in terms of your money that you have, your income coming in, the expenses that you have, and then think about what's most important in terms of your savings goals and budget there first. It's called reverse budgeting. You're putting your savings goals first, and then you're going to figure out what you have for expenses or for discretionary spending. The way you do this is you separate it into different accounts. One financial advisor suggested having 2 checking accounts. One's for your fixed expenses and long-term savings, and the other is for other things that come up, so that your mortgage goes out of that checking. Your retirement savings that's outside of your workplace plan goes into that. So you're setting it up for college savings. So you're setting up for different goals. The other thing is to increase your savings. A lot of folks are automatically doing this with their 401k plans. It's something you should be doing on your own as well. By 1% or so, maybe every 6 months, every 12 months, even if you're starting from zero, 1% is something.
And you don't miss it if it's coming out automatically.
And you don't miss it. Maybe you're at 5%, but the company's matching contributions to your 401k is 6%. Do that extra 1%, get that free money.
Let's talk about long-term savings here, because a lot of folks watching and listening right now, they're concerned about potential tariffs and the current economy, how those things could affect their savings account. What do you say to that?
Well, one of the things is to think about where you may have worked in the past, and did you start a 401k years ago and forgot about it?
So people out there forgetting about the 401ks.
There are people out there that forget about their 401ks. Maybe they think it's too small, and they haven't done anything with it. You can go to a national registry for unclaimed retirement benefits and look up to see whether or not you may have a lost 401k. Contact your former employer as well. Figure out if that's something that you may have. Sometimes it could be $90,000 over the lifetime of the earnings that you're missing out on in that 401k. You want to maximize your retirement contributions now, too, however, if you can, whether that's to a 401k, an IRA, or individual retirement account on your own. You want to maximize as much as you can afford to put into those accounts. And the Roth accounts are key because they're after tax. And when you take the money out, you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Really quickly, if you have a 401k, should you also be contributing to your Roth if you can?
If you can, absolutely. If you're eligible and you can, you should definitely be contributing to a Roth IRA as well.
What's the maximum Roth now?
Maximum for a Roth IRA is $7,000.
Okay, I want to dig more into that Roth IRA because we think about it in that long-term savings bucket, but can it really also be an emergency fund alternative?
It also can be. It's, again, an individual retirement account. That's what it should be earmarked for. But maybe you have it in money market funds right now. It's in something that's very safe, more like cash, and you're doing that because you don't really have enough emergency savings. You can actually take your contributions out of a Roth IRA at any time without paying penalties or taxes. And so that's the way that can serve as an alternative emergency fund. Again, ideally, you have an emergency fund in cash somewhere in a savings account, in a high-yield savings account. But if you don't have enough there, the Roth IRA is another place that you can park it.
It's good to know it's an option.
Yes. Great advice, Sharon. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you can find more strategies for saving and budgeting in Sharon's Money 101 newsletter. Just sign up at cnbc.com/money. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.